Continuing with the projectile motion. Graph we made previously, basically showing the animation. This is the end of it, and we made a trail so it can kind of indicate, in this case, vertical position versus horizontal position. But it'd be good to have a graph where we have numbers and so forth. So there's a couple additions we need to make. One addition is we need to define a graph, a curve that's a graph. So giving it a name, F1, just a random name, equals, and this will be an object called G-curve. I forgot to G-curve. And there are parameters you give it, but we won't worry about the color and so forth. So that basically defines a graph object. And then inside of here, if we want to actually make a graph of, say, y versus x as time passes, we take that F1 graphical object we made, do a dot plot. So in this case, it is a method or a function acting on this curve. And we put the what's going to be the horizontal on the graph, which is x. Pause.x, comma. Then the next thing inside the parentheses will be what's the vertical of the graph, all.pause.y. And she goes our graph. So there's the animation with the trail we saw before. Graph is down here. And here you can see it has X numbers, it has Y numbers, and even has a little crosshair. So for instance, we could move the crosshairs up here and see that the maximum height was at X equals 2.21 and Y equals 1.97. Oh, very nice. If I go over to the help for this, basically I googled GlowScript graph, and the first hit takes me to this page, which describes more than you need to know. Among other things, if you go down further, it has ways to do things in fancier ways. So, for instance, further down, it tells you you can actually set up, I called it a graph object before. What we actually set up was a G-curve, which is a curve within a graph. You can do a little more than that, where you can actually set up an actual graph, and you can give it a title, and label your x-axis and your y-axis. So that may be something that will be useful later on.